Okay, this is worksheet 5.3, number 1. And we're going to be solving multi-step equations, which means we're going to need to simplify a little bit more before we can actually solve. And you're going to be getting it down to a two-step equation eventually. So what you want to do is take a look at each side separately and simplify each side of the equation first. So on this side, I notice there are a couple things that I can combine. So we want to combine our like terms. This 2 and 8 can be added together first because they're already together on the left side of this equation. So we're going to have 6x negative 2 plus 8 would be a positive 6. And this side, there's nothing to combine. That's just on its own there, negative 6. And notice we got it down now to a two-step equation. So I want to do that addition or subtraction first. So I'm going to cancel out this adding 6. I'm going to have to subtract 6. Do the same thing to the other side. Those will cancel. And I'm going to bring down, I have 6x. Negative 6 and a negative 6 would be negative 12. And then one final step, we're going to have to divide by 6. So we get x equals a negative 2 on this one. Okay, taking a look at number 2, we're also going to have some situations where we can combine terms that have the same variable. So again, on this side, I want to simplify what I can. And since they're together already on the left, I'm going to combine like terms. And this is really like a 1 in front of that variable. So it's a negative 6 and a positive 1. That would make negative 5p equals negative 20. And on this one, we actually get down to just a one-step equation. We have that to get the variable by itself. I'm going to have to now divide by negative 5 so that those would cancel. And again, whatever we do to one side, we need to do to the other. So those cancel. And in this case, a negative divided by a negative is going to turn positive. So positive 4. All right, number 3. So again, look at this side of the equation and simplify what you can. I see a couple terms that have the same variable. So we're going to combine those. And again, there's like a 1 in front of that variable there. So a 1 and a negative 4 would give us negative 3x. This 3 couldn't combine with anything else on this side, so it's just going to be brought down, plus 3. And then same thing with that side. Nothing else to do, just bring it down. And then we can keep solving. So I would want to do my addition or subtraction first. I want to cancel out that adding 3. So we would subtract 3 from both sides. So we'll have a negative 3x equals negative 9. One final step, divide by that negative 3. Whatever we do to one side, do to the other. A negative divided by a negative turns to a positive. All right, so this is the side. On this side, just make sure you simplify, look for terms that can be combined, and then you will solve. On the back, you're going to notice you now have parentheses. And so you're going to have to distribute, because this is saying if I want to simplify this side, this 7 is being multiplied by this entire parenthesis. So 7 has to get multiplied by 2v, and 7 also has to multiply by 4. So we're going to do 7 times 2v. That would be 14v. And then 7 times 4 would be a positive 28. And then we would just bring down the other side. And in this case, we get back to our two-step equation. So do that addition or subtraction first. I'm going to cancel out the plus, or adding 28. So I would want to subtract 28 and subtract 28 from the other side. So those cancel. Bring down 14b, do our subtraction, we get 112. And then one final step, we're going to have to divide by 14 on both sides. So 112 divided by 14 gives us 8. Okay, let's skip down to number 11. This one gets a little more complicated. Again, we have the parentheses. So when their number is in front of the parenthesis, this is the part that you need to distribute. 5, whatever number's right in front of the parenthesis, gets multiplied to everything inside. So we're going to do 5 times 8m and 5 times 7. So 5 times 8m would be 40m. 5 times 7 would just be a positive 35. Now I still have this plus 7 here. That just needs to be brought down. And then equals the negative 158. Okay, I still see on this side it can be simplified a little bit more. We have just some numbers that we can combine. So we're going to add the 35 and the 7 together. So we'll bring that down. We have 40m, then that would give us plus 42 equals negative 158. And now we're back to our two-step equation. So I want to cancel out the 42. I would subtract that from both sides.
Teachers, please excuse this interruption. I need the following students to the office when the bell rings. Caitlin Cranford, Jasmine
So those will cancel.
Angelina
Bring down.
Ortiz. And then the next two students when the bell rings go to the library.
And that is like two negative numbers, so we're going to combine, add them together, and it would make negative 200. And then one final step, we would divide by 40. So a negative 200 divided by 40 will give us a negative 5. All right, one other one that has caused some trouble, number 14. Let's do that one together. Some students want to combine these together right from the start, but you cannot do that. You need to take care of the parentheses first. So only the 8 right now is going to get multiplied to everything in the parentheses. For now, we're just going to bring down that negative 5. But then the 8 is going to get multiplied. So 8 times negative 3, bring it down. 8 times 2r, and bring it down. All right, and then from there, again, on this side, we can combine these numbers together. A negative 5 and a negative 24 would make negative 29. Bring down our 16r equals 99. All right, and we're back to our two-step equation now. So we have our variable. I want to do my adding or subtracting first. So I want to cancel out this negative 29. We're going to have to add 29. And whatever we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. So those will cancel, and then we'll have 16r. Add those together, we get 128. And then one final step, divide by your 16. So those would cancel, and r equals 128 divided by 16 would give us 8. All right, right, so on this side, you're always wanting to distribute first, then combine like terms, so that you get down to a two-step equation. All right, hopefully those examples help you finish up that worksheet.